Hi, this is Dan Callan with Remax Platinum Team Callan. Well, it is time for our third quarter update on financing and the real estate market in general. It is still, believe it or not, a seller's market. There is very low inventory. Anytime there's less than 6 months inventory, it's considered a seller's market. But we are seeing longer days on the market, fewer numbers of showings, more price reductions, more expired listings. So we're starting to move into a different market, and of course the interest rates are a big part of that equation. So as always, we've invited our favorite lender, Nick Wilson from Independent Bank, to talk a little bit about what's happening with the interest rates, what we expect to see happening going forward, and what we can do now to get through this period where the rates are a little higher. There are some buy down programs and things like that that we probably will talk about. So with that, Nick, tell us what you're seeing out in the marketplace. First of all, in the way of what are the current 30-year fixed rates at now that you're locking in at present, and then what are your forecasts telling you about the future of interest rates, the short-term future?
Really good question, and thanks for having me. I would say that right now the 30-year is pretty much sunk right up into that high 7, low 8 mark, depending on who you're working with. That's for 30-year fixed mortgages. The 15 years just over 7. These are obviously 0 points, the starting rates for the market. It's funny that right now the Mortgage Bankers Association is having their annual conference in Pennsylvania. Reports coming out of their projections is that by the fourth quarter of next year, rates should be closer to that 6%, low 6, high 5 range for a 30-year fixed. And for a 15-year, closer to that 5, 5.5 range. As well, in 2025, they're projecting that by the fourth quarter, rates should almost be back down to that 5% range.
Well, that's very encouraging. So tell us what you're seeing happening with the current market conditions. I know we're seeing a lot of buy downs, 3-2-1 buy downs, 2-1 buy downs. Explain that to the buying public and why they might want to consider that option now. And by the way, before he does that, I just want to say that you may want to consider that option now, because when the rates go down, the prices are going to go up. That's just economics. So Nick, tell us about the buy down financing options.
It's a great tool for a couple different reasons. One, for example, if a house is sitting on the market, let's say $400,000, for a few weeks, not getting any bites, it's generally speaking, people would say, well, why don't we go in and try to offer $390,000, which is a $10,000 difference in purchase price and loan amount. That really only is a net difference of about $70 a month when you're thinking about your budget. So what we're seeing more people take advantage of is, as you mentioned, the 2-1 buy down. That's where you say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I'll buy your house for $400,000, but I want you to contribute 3% of this price towards my closing costs. In turn, what the lender can do is apply that so the borrower for the first year is paying 2% less than the actual rate itself, and in the second year they're paying 1% less. So instead of saving $70 a month, you're looking at hundreds of dollars of savings over the next 2 years, as those forecasts say that rates are going to drop and people will be taking advantage of their refinance opportunities.
Yeah. So as things are right now, people are taking this approach so that they can plan on refinancing within a couple of years as things are projected to certainly go lower in the rates.
100%. And the other thing too that's appealing about the 2-1 buy down is by having a purchase price stay at the list price of $400,000, you're stabilizing the current market values, and instead of declining your own market. The other option, that if you're less confident in rates dropping in the next 2 years, you could use those 2 or 3% concessions to buy down your rate for the entirety of your loan. So that would be looking at a couple $100 as well based on that price point. That goes a long way, especially in this economy.
Great. Well, we certainly appreciate your input, Nick, and we don't want to go on too long, but I will say that the market is still vibrant. There's still a lot of real estate being transacted out there in the marketplace today, and it is more important than ever that you get expert representation. So make sure you call Team Callan if you're looking for details about specific things that are impacting your home or your real estate, and call Nick Wilson if you have detailed questions about financing. We're here to help, and we have the information, the tools, and the resources to do a great job for you and whoever you represent. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll look forward to hearing from you when the time's right for you.